Hey, hey, hey. Happy Boxing Day if you celebrate that and are British, or happy holidays, I guess happy holidays suffice. But I'm here with a block printing video. This is gonna be my first time doing this. I bought a starter kit and decided to make handmade letters, handmade cards for the holidays, and this is pretty much how it goes. So I got the box from Amazon, and inside it has a couple of things. The first thing here is the brayer, which is for like rolling the ink. It came with insufficient instructions, so I had to watch a couple YouTube videos. Then that is the linoleum block for carving and drawing on it and then carving it. This is the ink that comes with it, and then the basically carving pen, carving tool. It also has like three carving tips in it. Then I kind of just like played with each one of them to figure out what worked and how they kind of function. And then yeah, they pretty much stored in there and they go on top of the like silver part. And I basically like bought I think some cards from Amazon as well. So I bought some greeting cards, I think 4x6 from Amazon, and some yellow envelopes as well because my color for next year is yellow. Don't ask me why, but I bought those just to print on the cards, print on the front of the cards. I actually thought they were one-sided and realized later that they were two-sided. So these are basically the cards. I bought two sets of 24, and then the yellow envelope had like 50 in it. So those are what I'm going to be printing on basically. The cards actually came with envelopes, which I actually did not know. Which is why I actually bought the yellow envelope in the first place. So now I have extra envelopes that I probably will use them to write more cards or more letters or more postcards. I don't know yet, but later in 2024, I'm gonna continue writing letters. But basically, yeah. So I was kind of thinking about what to kind of block print. So I went into the sketchbook that I had with me and I found this sort of abstract flower, a design that I made on Procreate, and then I did and a watercolor version of it, which normally is reversed, but whatever. So I did a watercolor version of it, and I was like, okay, I can try and block print this design. So that is what we are essentially going to do. But then I realized that like the block print is smaller than the um what's it called? The size of the actual drawing that is on there because I was just gonna trace it on. So I ended up having to actually hand draw it on the linoleum. So that's what happened. Yeah. So I unwrapped it and was just like, why is this texture weird? But that's beside the point. The point is that I was gonna trace that drawing on a tracing paper and then transfer it onto the linoleum. But like I said, the sizes are different, and I also did not have tracing paper, so I got printing paper in efforts to try and make it work. Let's just say it didn't work. I had to eventually like draw. You know. So that's what's happening. Yeah, so after the sketch, I started just tracing that out with a fine liner and just to make sure it was bold enough to see while I was cutting. I eventually had to switch to a micron pen as well, just because I think that one was about to die. So traced out the outline and got a scissors actually to cut the negative space because from the YouTube videos I watched I had to kind of almost like cut the outline of the shape. But it will make sense later on, but basically I wanted to cut out the excess which I could use to do like smaller prints later. Also, I did not realize how expensive these linoleum prints are. Well, I mean, the linoleum block is. I was like, why is rubber expensive? Anyway, that's beside the point. So I was trying to figure out which tip to start with. So I started with the smallest V-shaped one. I think that's the one meant for detailing. So I started with that one to kind of just like draw the outline. So they all go into the little ball thing that holds them in there, and then yeah, you just screw it on and start carving the outline basically. So that's what we're doing. I also was trying to not stab myself in the finger. And it was also difficult because I had nails on, and probably why artists don't have nails on. Anyways, I was also like doing the math in my head just so I made sure that I did not carve out the part that I actually wanted to print on. So I was like, which one is the positive space and which one is the negative? I wish I shaded it now that I think about it, but everything ended up well. So yeah, and as you can see, because it's my first time doing this, I kept putting my hand in front of the danger. So from YouTube videos I watched, you're actually meant to keep your hand, your other end, like your free hand, behind the tool you're using. But no, Bemisola said, who cares about that? If I bleed, I'll just wear band-aids. LOL. But yeah, basically, as you can see, if you're a professional in this and you watch this video, please just take it easy on me. This is my first print, and as you can see, it's not really going great. Yeah. But I feel like I learned, as you can see, like I kept moving my hand away. I was like, we don't want a disaster before Christmas, so yeah. Yeah, so I switched out to the, is that the V or the U? Oh, I think this is the U. I had used the middle size, the V-shaped one. Um, actually, I think this is it. I actually don't know. But I switched out the tip to get deeper and wider cuts because I already kind of did the outline already. So that was a little bit faster as well. And it was actually fun carving. I feel like I was carving for almost an hour. Yeah, this is a lot of manual effort. I won't even lie to you. And yeah, just chipping away all the part I don't want to have in my in the final print. Also, I kind of made like a couple mistakes, but you know what? It's allowed. But yeah, I also got a scissors to like kind of just cut out the outline again. Just because there's just no point of keep carving all of that when I could use a scissors to cut it out. But I also wanted to leave like some material that I could use to kind of hold it, or should I say lift the print the block whenever I printed, so I'll have something to kind of hold on to. So I didn't really like cut out the whole shape, so I just carved a little deeper for that. So we're almost done. There's literally like zero technique. Honestly, it was just vibes. Cutting away at this thing. I tried to do it in the same direction, but at the end of the day, the result is what matters. So it was time to basically do the printing. I got a cardboard because I didn't have like glass or any surface that I could really use to apply the paint on. So that's what I did. So I tried to apply the paint in one layer, and from YouTube videos I watched, you're meant to just get a thin layer of paint all over the brayer. So basically what I'm doing is kind of how they try to do it. You want to do it in both directions so you can get paint all over it, and also kind of like lift and roll, and basically try to get paint on top of that. I was trying to not get paint on me, but then I realized it was water soluble paint, so like I could pretty much just wash it off if I stained anything. So this is the getting ink on for the first part, and then I had to get more ink. Also, the first like 2-3 prints are normally like not as pigmented, so that's why like the first one I did, I pretty much just did it on the printing paper that was I was using. Yeah, and then I didn't have a barren, so I used like a yogurt jar, a glass jar that I had on me to basically like apply pressure on the print. Moment of truth. So like it came out well, but then there were these like the places that I didn't really like carve as deep, and also because I didn't like cut the outline as close to the design as possible, so those lines were just like showing. So I tried to like carve them out after. So you could see like the second print was pretty much really good after I like carved out all the part the paints picked up. I think another thing that I didn't do well was like when applying ink on the linoleum, like I put too much pressure that I was getting ink on the residue part. But honestly, when I realized that I was about to do this for like almost 50 cards, I think I ended up doing like half of this, 25 cards. I honestly did not care. I just was like, I need to get this print done. It was pretty late at night as well, so I was just like, you know what? Each design is gonna be the same design, but each print will be unique. Because I also did not have like a registration mark on the card or the linoleum, so I was just free printing basically. There was no like structure or like alignment of the print on the card, so everybody's card is the same design but kind of like different orientations. So yeah, so the first card is basically to my YouTube channel. Everyone who subscribes and watches, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for always being here whenever I post. Yeah, have a Merry Christmas and a wonderful 2024. I pray that the new year will be just a wonderful one for you and everything that concerns you. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. This is pretty much the end of the video. Thanks for sticking around. See you in my next one. Bye.